Tehilla Sam podcast. I'm your host. My name is Sam. If you're new here, you're absolutely welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit us up in the comment section. Today I'm talking to Tehilla J. She's a singer, Zambian singer. Let's just say, put that out there. Zambian singer and songwriter. Tehilla,
Mhm.
welcome. It's good to see
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you for coming on. You look fabulous as usual.
So do you. Thank
But
you.
I see I see your Instagram and you're all, you're done up, your eyebrows are done, the hair.
Yeah.
I would say your style is it's a bit more risque, girl. Because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ha, she is pulling that off because I would not be able to pull that off. Because the girls
Yeah.
will be like, where do you think you're going? What do you think you're doing?
Mm.
No, we're not doing that. So I like your
Yeah.
style though. Very risque.
Thank you. Yeah. We have to do it. Who's gonna do it if it's not?
You have to do it. You have to do it. You
Yeah.
only live once, right? Now let's talk about
Yes.
your music. First,
Hmm.
like I told you before, I think it's criminal that your music doesn't play on radio, on our music, on our stations, on our radio stations. I know it's a different genre, it's a different brand of music, so it's not what people are used to. But how did you get
Yeah.
into how did you get into the genre of music that you're in?
Well, at first I was like, I want to try something different. I didn't really want to be stuck in the usual mainstream music. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just felt like I couldn't find my place in that. So I decided, okay, let me try something different and not go away from the person that I am as well. So when I decided to find alternative R&B and neo soul, I felt like it was something that resonated with me, and it was easier for me to just tap into that frequency when it came to music. Yes.
Mhm. So,
Mhm.
what do you say to people who say your music will not resonate with Zambian people?
I feel like it can be 50-50. Recently, from the last time we had a conversation, I think I was very like, oh yeah, it's true, and but like recently, ever since I opened a TikTok, I've noticed I've kind of formed a relationship with more Zambians now. And for the first time, it's like, I've never heard this before. This sounds really good. I didn't know we had this type of music here. So for them, it was almost like, oh, there's stuff like this here. There's something else we can tap into. And they're more open now. At first, it
Mhm.
was like, oh no, you're not singing Zambian songs. This is not the usual music we're
Yeah.
used to. I feel like there's a bit more of an open space for it. It's no longer just shut your ears off and not listen.
So the last time we spoke, you said when you told your family that you were going into the entertainment space,
Yeah,
the music space, and you
yeah.
said your auntie was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you want to be a dancing queen?"
Yes,
So
it was
how
really,
did
it was
you
really,
convince him otherwise? Say, listen, this is what I want to do, and it's lucrative. It's good.
mm,
I'll be good.
yeah. I feel like consistency helped, and also being confident in myself really, really helped me. Because at first it was like, no, you can't do this. It's not gonna work here. On top
Mhm.
of it all, I wasn't doing mainstream music. It was completely different from what you hear on the radio every day. So it was like, how are you going to do this? Is this going to work? Obviously they were just worried. I understand
Yes.
why. It hasn't, I'm not saying it's been this great journey that was like smooth sailing all the way, but at the same time I feel like it's helped me discover myself in ways I don't think I would have discovered if I did not go on this path. So yeah, it's been a very interesting path
Mm.
because like yeah, it's really 50-50 to be honest. I really think it could be anything at this point, but I feel like I've discovered myself so much. I've
Mm.
formed different relationships even with my family where we can discuss certain things that, are not really easy to discuss. We've formed more consistent expression patterns. Yeah.
Okay. Expression patterns, meaning.
Oh, there were old ones, and now we have new ones.
Expression
But
patterns.
like, I feel like, yes. So it could be we're more closed off, never really expressing how you feel about stuff. But now it's like, if you feel something, you just
Ah,
talk about it better. So it's no longer the usual expression patterns of, oh, we're not going to talk about it, but just sweep it under the rug. It's like we're forced to
ah,
talk about things.
okay. That and that's in a lot
Yes.
of homes, a lot of families where they're just like, no, let's not talk about
Yeah.
this. Just pretend it's not happening and just no, don't address it. Now you said
Yeah.
you were consistency helped your family appreciate what you're doing. They were like, oh, okay. Who gave you the biggest pushback?
Yeah. Oh, I would say my aunt. I feel like she out of everyone didn't understand it the most.
Hmm.
But once she saw like how good I was doing, I was booking shows, I was releasing and my music. I was actually making my own shows, creating my own shows, and she was like, "Oh, okay, that's not bad, girl. Do what you gotta do." But at first she was like, "Why do you keep making sad songs?" But now it's like she appreciates it. She asks more like, how many shows do you have? Do you have a show coming up? What are you doing? I feel like now I understand that it was just from a place of concern. Back then it's like, oh, she doesn't want me to fulfill my dreams.
I
But now
know.
I understand that she was coming from a place of just feeling like there was no security in that. And
Yeah.
maybe it was just this phase I was going through. But like now I think she understands more. At first, she was like, no, this is not
He
going to
wasn't
fly."
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you come from a pretty influential family. Your grandmother was in politics. How do you think
Yes.
your family's influence has impacted your career or personal life?
Um, that's a very good question. I feel like I wouldn't say it has affected me directly
Okay.
or impacted me directly because obviously I was really young when all this started to happen, and
Yeah.
it's not something I would say I was very present in those moments when certain things were happening.
Mm.
So it's almost like, in a sense, that part of my life, in a way, ended with them, like my mom and everyone. Like, it ended there, and then for me, it's like I had to build my own voice out of it. Obviously, I'm not taking away from anything, but at the same time, like I feel like I had to build my own voice away from their influential background. I don't know
Okay.
if what I'm saying is.
No, I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
So, what was your upbringing like? Are there any specific stories or lessons your family has taught you that have been particularly impactful?
I would say the relationship I had with my grandfather was very impactful because he was one person who always believed that I could do more. And he
Mm.
always used to tell me I'm very intelligent and I can do anything I want to do. So
Yeah.
I feel like the relationship I had with him, as much as if he was very caring and soft, he always let me know about discipline and how I should go about life without, in a way, always being consistent
Mm.
without slacking. I think that's the best word to describe it. Um, so he would always, even the first time I entered a singing competition, it was some MTN competition or something. And he was like, "Oh, you're doing a competition." And I actually won tickets to go to Beyonce, but I couldn't go because I was really young. Yes,
How
and
old
I
are
was
you?
like, oh, I think I was 13 or 14, about 13, 14.
We are going.
Yes.
Why didn't you call me? I would have chaperoned you. Hello. We would have gone.
Right? Now I was like, oh, I had so. It's like it's Beyonce. And all I have to do is watch out on my phone until like maybe I'm 30 or something.
Now we know the music industry, the any entertainment industry comes with its own ups and downs and challenging moments.
Yeah.
How do you stay true to yourself in this
I
industry?
feel the best thing that has worked for me is learning how to produce by myself, learning how to understand certain things like music distribution, curating shows. It makes you have, I don't know if the best way I could say is gives you more of a feminism power because this
Okay.
industry can really, really
Male
shade you.
dominated. Yeah.
Ex- So you have moments where it's like you have a producer who's like, oh, you're like, oh no, I want to work with you. And then they're like, but you have to give me something in order for me to work with you. Then it's like, no, I already know how to produce. I don't think I need to go through all this. I feel like learning a lot of the stuff that's male dominated has helped me almost in a way find a clearer path for myself because I don't need to go through a lot of challenges that even my fellow female musicians go through because I've had to learn that. And
Mm.
that's why I feel like I've put myself in a position where I learn all these skills so that I can provide a safe space, not just for myself, but everyone else or every woman who is joining this industry to
Mm.
teach them, to learn from them instead of going through so many traumatic
Because
experiences.
yeah.
In a sense, you can create a safe space for that.
Mm.
So I feel like that has really helped me because gaining knowledge and implementing it in my own career has made it easy for me to just know where I stand, even though sometimes they feel very intimidated by it. But for me, it's like, yeah, that's what I want. I don't want you to feel like you have power over me. At the
Yeah.
same time, I don't like, I like to work with other people as long as they have the right values and the right morals. And it has nothing to do with what are you going to give me? Yeah.
And don't you think that happens a lot, especially to female artists who
Yeah.
are not sure of themselves or not too confident
Mm.
enough to speak out or to, I don't want to say brave, but
Mm.
I guess brave. I don't really like to say,
Yeah.
oh, is it brave for speaking up, brave for standing up for yourself? You have to stand up for yourself. You
Mhm.
don't have to be brave. You're standing up for yourself. So in those moments when I'm sure you've been propositioned before,
Mhm.
haven't
Mhm. Mhm.
you? You've been, so how
I have.
did you handle that?
I think, as you've said, standing up for myself, and it's like I don't need to put in a position, not that it's intentional or anything, but put myself in a position to feel like I'm not enough or the skills that I have are not enough, that I need to go through something like that just to get into a certain position. I feel like it's somewhat dehumanizing and you take away from how someone is actually experienced instead of looking at them as someone who's experienced. You're looking at them as an object or someone that you want to objectify to get something from
Yeah, yeah.
instead of it just being specifically about being creative or
Hmm.
oh, you're really good at singing, you're really good at this, you're really good at that, let's work together. It's just about oh, I want this from you. And I feel like a lot of women have been taught to, in a sense, just obey men and go with the
Go with
norm,
the
whatever
flow.
that get somewhere in life.
Yeah,
But I genuinely don't believe that, and I feel like it's still coming back to even my grandmother. She was a person who was very influential, and she also believed in standing up for certain rights. So it's also about yeah, standing your ground and realizing you won't lose anything by saying no to someone who's even going to like lack of better term dog you out later after they do whatever it
yeah,
is that they're going to do to,
yeah.
they're now going to hold that you for the rest of your life.
Can I just say that I love how when you said I learned how to produce my own stuff. I'm doing it by myself. I love that. I love that. You
Mm-hmm.
need to put that out there more to say
Yeah.
you can do this for
Yeah.
yourself. The
Yeah.
other person can come in and put in, you know, their part as well. But you
Yeah.
can the larger chunk is you. You're doing this for yourself. So I
Mm-hmm.
love that. I love that. Now let's shift to relationships, girl. Wait, let me just put on my lip gloss. Let me put on my lip gloss, honey. Let me just because
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone wants to know this.
Mm-hmm.
Tehilla J, is there
Mm-hmm.
a, you know, is there a special somebody?
Well,
Well,
I, I
let's
really
smile.
I really like I really like to keep my relationship private or
Mhm.
relationships private. It's something that I discuss with my aunt as well. She's always like, "Girl, what's happening?"
Oh,
But at the same time, I'll say, yeah, there is. And yeah,
there is. Can we ask his name?
mhm.
Am I
No.
getting exclusive here, darling? Exclusive. Are we name dropping?
You know I'm gonna get so many phone calls after this.
No, no name. Okay, but
Mhm.
he's he's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So I heard someone
Mm-hmm.
say, if he brings
Mm-hmm.
all the food to the table, you give him all the power to start.
Mm,
What's your take on that?
mm. If he brings all the food on the table,
If he brings all the food to the table, you give him all the
mm,
power to starve you.
mm. I'd say low key, high key, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
It's it I feel like it should be that way, but you should always have your own power. It's very important to have your own power in anything, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your life, because if you don't have that little, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's tiny,
Mm-hmm.
you should always have that voice for yourself
Mm.
because it make you be easily controlled.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're in a position to be controlled, especially with how sometimes the traditional aspect of a relationship between a man and a woman can be in Zambia. It can go anywhere. You find yourself cooking in Shima at 04. You go sleeping.
And you know, we're laughing, but it's actually true. It's so true because that's what happens. And I think that's unfair because I'm sleeping. Why do you want me to wake up and sir,
Exactly.
no,
Hmm.
no. But do you
Perfect.
think also, we've been hearing the term when men are concerned, some men behave like princesses.
Mm,
Ooh.
mm.
Oh, I'm gonna wait for her to text back. Oh, you're gonna wait for oh, okay, princess. Okay,
Okay.
okay, princess. Now,
No one's
do you think the right man will bring out the soft side of
yeah.
a woman or of you? Because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, people today are saying women are a bit more masculine. They're showing
Mm,
their masculine side and not leaning into their feminine energy.
mm,
And most people are saying this is because men are acting like princesses. So do you
mm.
think the right man will bring out that soft side?
I do believe so, but it comes from a space of you feeling safe. You have to feel safe enough for you to feel like you can bring out your soft side. If you
Yeah.
don't feel safe, you're automatically on guard. You're automatically, this is fishy. You get what I mean?
You're like,
And
I
I
don't, he's just gonna leave me, and
exactly,
he's stranded out here. No, we're not doing that.
exactly. And at the same time, most of the men who talk about women in a no, women are becoming more masculine, they're taking away their femininity and all this stuff. It's always the men who never make you feel safe. It's always the ones who take away as you've said, they're behaving like they want to be treated like princesses by the women who they think are masculine. And it's like, girl, like what are you saying? Like, give us a break. Tell us something. Are you going to be the masculine one? Are you going to be the feminine one? Because are you giving me a space to be that?
Mm.
You get what I mean? But it's about being safe. It's about feeling safe enough for you to feel like you can, you know, just relax and you know nothing, you know this person cares about you enough for you to just be your feminine self.
Yeah. I believe that your person should make things easier for you. Should just be easy. Should just
Exactly.
flow. Not there to make things even more difficult for you. Should just
Yeah.
be
Because now
easy.
when you're going to be like, no, I want to be, I need to make everything be okay. I need to sort everything out instead of
Yes.
just be, oh, okay, you sort it out. If you need some help, I'll be here. I'll be here in the corner. But it's like you're now just sorting out everything. And then when you do that as well, now you'll be in a position, now he's going to hate you for being, no, now you think you're taking out my role and yeah.
Yes. You're doing what I'm
Mm.
supposed to be doing. Please don't come for us in the comments. We're just stating
Yeah, we're just telling the truth.
these are facts. We're just stating facts. Because
Mhm.
a lot of men are afraid of masculine women. They don't want to be in the same space as a masculine
Yeah.
woman. And they'll say a masculine woman is a woman who's just sure of herself, who'll say, no, okay, I don't want.
Yeah.
Who will stand up and say no. And most men are
Don't. Yeah.
threatened by that, or they're just like, wait, what? She's supposed to be like, yes, sir, how high? 3 bags full type thing. So now
No.
women are kind of like,
Yeah.
nah, 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 nah.
For us to even be that. So it's like, what do you expect masculine women to do if you're not providing a space for you are the feminine one? So we switched roles. Like, how is this gonna work for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're
Now,
just saying.
we're
Really.
just saying, we're just saying, we're just saying. Tahita J is just saying. That's all.
Yeah.
Now, friendships. How do you navigate them in
Mhm.
the music industry?
I feel like it can be very crazy
Mhm.
because you don't know if you're actually making friends because they like being in your space, they like your company, they feel
Mm.
like they're making it better. Most times it can be, oh, I just want to use you for certain shows, or I want to use you for certain skills and blah 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 blah. But it's never, most of the times it's never genuine, if I'm being honest.
Mm.
And when you find someone who's genuine, you have to keep them really, really close. You have
Yes.
to keep them close because it can be hard out there, especially when you're making different music, especially when you're able to do certain things like produce or write or perform. It's like people are friends with you because you can do that stuff, but they're low key hating on you in the background, and yeah, it can be rough. But at the same time, when you find genuine friends, genuine people who care about you and
Yeah.
what you like to do, and they have the same creative drive, it's like magic. It just flows together. Hmm.
So have you come across people that are just not genuine, who pretend to be your friend?
I would have $1 million if I would count how many people.
Oh, that many.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
So clearly loyalty is important to you.
It is very important.
Who have
Mhm.
you collaborated your top three
Mm.
people that you've collaborated with and
Mhm.
it's been a dream come true?
Okay, so the first one I would say is Sebastian Dutch because he understands how my musical brain works. It's not it's like he doesn't want me to, when we collaborate on a project, it doesn't feel like, oh, you do what I'm telling you to do. It's like, oh,
Uh-huh.
bring your idea as you, and I'll bring mine, and then we form it together. I feel like musically, he's forced me to be out of out of my comfort zone a lot, but
Mm,
still very much in my comfort zone
mm,
and mixing them together. Another person is Dama. He's the producer on my last project, the one I
mm.
recently released. He just understands how to make my music feel better. Like it's like when a meal doesn't have salt and then they just add that salt and it just changes the meal. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like he's one person who I feel like when it comes to that, he's really good at that. And then there's also Utibe. He's also one of my very, very, very close friends. He understands how I want something to sound in my head,
Yeah.
and then he like brings it out. I feel like when it comes to me making music, those three people, they really understand
They understand.
what I'm put together, and it doesn't feel like too much work. It always feels like okay, we've got this under control. We've got this coming together.
Mm.
Yeah.
So before I let you go, I know time's just gone by so fast, and
Yeah.
I don't understand how fast it's gone, but it's gone. So
Hmm.
before I let you go, what would you, I know I usually ask, oh, what would you tell someone who wants to follow your type of music, who wants to do your
Hmm.
type of music in the Zambian space? What would your advice be to them?
I would say,
And first of all, what's your genre of music? Please do for people listening out there, they're like, wait, never heard of her. What kind of music does
yes,
she do?
I make alternative R&B.
Alternative
Neo,
R&B.
yes.
Okay, so
Neo,
alternative is
hmm It's not your traditional R&B songs that you hear every day on the radio. It's a mixture of alternative music and R&B, and then you blend it into one genre. So it can sound
ah.
like indie song, but it has like the drum and bass of an R&B song, and then you put them together.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Because
So
when I heard
there's
your music for the first time, I was like, oh, this is different. It's not
yes.
definitely something that that we're used to, but I got into it. Sure, they could get into it.
Mhm.
I got into it.
Yeah.
So what
And
would you
then
tell them?
I would tell them to make sure they love making the music, make sure they love the sound that they're trying to produce and be consistent in it. Make sure you make it, you practice in it so good that you're confident in it, you're consistent,
Mhm,
you're putting in as much love as you can into the music, getting out of your comfort zone.
mhm.
And I feel like just allowing it to grow with you instead of you just growing it by itself. You're supposed to
Ah,
grow together because music does teach you how to, you learn more about yourself and you learn more about what's out there.
mm,
And at the same time, consistency is key. Practicing, you have to water your skill. You have to make sure it's like a plant. You have to keep making sure you're nurturing it, you're watering it,
yeah.
you take care. So
Love that.
consistency and being so in love with your craft that it's a part of you. Just like you take care of yourself every day, take care of it.
Oh,
Hmm.
I love that. Love, love, love it. I see you also, you love your craft. I can see that. And I'm wishing you immense success going forward.
Thank,
You got this. I know
thank you.
you can do this. I know.
Yes.
Don't forget me though. Don't forget me. We're going to watch that
Oh,
Beyonce concert together.
I always tell you, and I don't think you believe me, but you're literally one of the first inspirations I had as a kid. I was like, she's so cool. Like, what do you mean she does radio? I hear her on the radio, and I'm like, oh, she's on the radio. I've always thought you were so cool from the time I was a
Oh,
kid. So even when you came back into my life, I was like, oh my God, not my first. inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr.
Thank
Hila,
you.
I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for coming through.
Yes, please. Thank you. It was
Have
fun. It's always fun talking to
always
you.
fun. Always a good time talking to you. Have fun. Have an amazing day
Thank
today.
you.
Lead with
Thank
love.
you. We finally.
Say hi to our, our person.
Okay, I've got you.
I see you're trying to be like, I don't know what she's talking about, but okay, whatever.
Mm,
All righty. Thank you so much.
thank you.